Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A on pre-dental hygiene. So what I mean by that is everything that is happening up until when you actually start the program. So I start the program August 2018, very soon. I think I have about 4 weeks left before I start, and I wanted to go ahead and do this Q&A on everything that leads up to actually starting the program. So whether it comes to the application process, prerequisites, the interview process, what you need to do to apply, everything like that, that's going to be in this video. I took your questions from YouTube comments, from Instagram direct messages, and I think I have about 20 questions. Okay, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone. Also, look at this super cute tooth pop socket by Dental Hygiene Nation. Adorbs, I can't handle it. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading the question. I have it all here. For the prerequisites, did you take those courses at the college that you're applying to, or do you have to take it at a different school and transfer your courses in order to get into the hygiene program? The answer to that is it literally does not matter whether you take your courses at the college that you're applying to or not. You can transfer your courses. The one thing that I would suggest though is to make sure that your courses transfer over to the correct courses that they're requiring at the other school. So you need to make sure that the chemistry that you're taking at your school is going to transfer exactly to the same chemistry that they want you to take for dental hygiene at your other college. So you can do that usually online. They have like a catalog where you can look, or there's like I think it's called a transfer articulate. I don't really remember, but I'm 99% positive that's what it's called. And you can put in the school that you're going to, the course that you're taking, and then it'll show you exactly what class that transfers as. So you just need to make sure that it's the same class. That way you're not transferring or you're not taking the wrong chemistry or something like that when they really require you to take a different one. All right, the next question is, to become a dental hygienist, do you need a bachelor's or only a 2-year community college? Do you get paid more with the bachelor's, and is it necessary? I did a whole entire video on this, on whether you need a 2-year degree or whether you need a bachelor's degree. To be a dental hygienist, you can do either. The only difference is that if you get your bachelor's, you will be able to have different career opportunities other than just working in a clinical setting. So check out that video. I will link it here. That will answer your question a lot more in depth. The next question is, how long did it take you to finish your prerequisites? So it took me 2 years, okay? So it took me 2 years to finish my prerequisites, and in the beginning I started out part-time and then I went to full-time. So it generally, because you have so many sciences that you have to take, there's 5 sciences generally that you have to take beforehand. So because you have to take 5 sciences, usually you're not gonna take 2 of those in one semester, so it takes about 2 years to take your prerequisites. But some people can get it done in 1 year, some people can get it done in 1.5 years. It really depends on the load that you want to take on. But for me, it took 2 years. But again, I didn't get in the first time that I applied, so I retook classes the second year. So technically it took me 3 years to get into the program, but really to finish my prerequisites, I finished them in 2 years. The next question is, did you have to take the HESI? No, I did not have to take the HESI, but I do know that other programs require it. Like they make you take the HESI, they make you take the PSB, which I did take last year for a different program that I applied to. And then they also make you take the TEAS. My program did not make us take any entrance exam or anything like that. They just required us to show our SAT or ACT scores. So this question says, what did you do differently between getting B's and then getting A's in your A&P classes? So as I've stated before, I didn't get in the first time because I had B's in my A&P 1 and my A&P 2 and Chemistry 1. I retook all 3 of those classes and I got A's in all 3 of those classes the second time that I took it, and then I got into the program. So what I did differently, honestly, was I looked for a better teacher. And I don't want to say that teachers are everything. It's not. 100% you need to do the work yourself, but sometimes looking at the teachers and making sure that you're getting a decent one does make a difference between a B and an A. So that's what I did. I made sure that I had a good teacher to start with. Number 2, I did not wait. So I'm a procrastinator, big time procrastinator, and in the past I would wait until like a week before my test to start studying, but whenever I retook the classes, I made sure to study every single day, a little bit every single day is way better than cramming at the end. So that is what really made the difference for me. I'm also going to make a video on study tips and have that out very soon on how I got A's in my science prerequisites, and hopefully that will help answer that question as well, because I know a lot of you have messaged me worried about anatomy and physiology, and it is a tough class, but if you just do a little bit every day and make sure that you stay on top of it, it really isn't that difficult. I mean, it's difficult, but it's not that difficult. Did you have all A's? Is it possible to get in if I have a B? That answer is a tricky one because different programs are going to have different people applying and they're going to accept different things. Last year when I applied and I had 3 B's and all A's, if I had have applied against people who had all B's, I would have gotten in. But obviously people had better scores than me, and that's why I didn't get in last year. So yes, this year I did have all A's applying whenever I got into the program. So that answers that part of the question. But secondly, I do want to add, you're not going to know who you're applying against. So you don't really need to worry, because there is a chance that you could get in with a couple B's. There is a chance. You don't know who you're applying against. So if you're applying against people who have C's, then you're going to get in above them, you know what I mean? So you just need to do the best that you possibly can do. Don't stress out, because if you gotta be in a class, it is what it is. You can't change it. So, you know, do the best you can to get A's, strive for A's, hope for the best, and if you don't get in, it's very common to not get in the first time, especially if you're applying to a program that's a great program. And my program that I got into is very difficult to get into. They only accept 14 a year. Other places accept like 30 and however many. The next question is, what shoes did I have to get? I've had a couple of people ask me that, because I think some schools are not requiring you to get a certain kind. You just have to get a kind that has an impermeable surface. But our school gave us 3 different nursemates to choose from, and I will show you mine now. You guys get ready to see the most beautiful clinic shoe that you have ever seen in your entire life. You're not gonna be able to handle it. You're not gonna be able to handle it. Are you ready? Oh yeah, baby. Look at that. Look at that. So this is the Nursemate Libby. Oh, y'all. I can't. But this will work for you if you're looking for an impermeable surface shoe. A lot of programs require that. These, I think, were about $75, but I think that you can get them cheaper online. I got them at a uniform store, so that's why I ended up spending that much on them. Alrighty, the next question is, what school do I go to? I do not want to share what school I go to. The reason being, I don't want to get in trouble for making these videos, number 1. Number 2, I'll probably share it after I graduate. I just want to keep that part just a little bit private, you know what I mean? Okay, the next question is, do I know the exact Q&A questions for the hygiene interview? The answer to that is that you will never know exactly what questions they're gonna ask you. There is no place that you can just like look up questions that they're gonna ask you for the interview. Check out my How to Rock Your Dental Hygiene Interview for some example questions. Also look at the video that says my dental hygiene interview experience. That has the questions that they asked me. And just know that they're probably gonna ask you general interview questions. There's no way to really know what they're gonna ask you, as in any interview. You're never gonna know what they're really gonna ask you until you're there. So just try to prepare and do the best that you can. Do they ask you what your weakness and strength is during the interview? And do they ask you about your plan B? They did ask me what my weakness and my strength was, and on that dental hygiene interview, How to Rock Your Dental Hygiene interview, I give you advice on how to answer those questions, so definitely check out that video. They did not ask me about my plan B, however, I do know that a lot of programs do ask what your plan B is going to do, and in that video, I actually address what I would say for that as well. So I think that video will be very helpful if you're trying to prepare for your dental hygiene interview, or any interview really. I mean, they're pretty good interview tips if I do say so myself. The next question is, are you going to work during school? The answer is no. No, I'm not going to work during school. More power to you if you are. I know some people absolutely have to. I'm very fortunate to be able to not work. I really don't know how I would handle it maybe in the first semester, but once you start seeing patients and you're trying to study pharmacology and all these things that are happening, it gets a little overwhelming. I know some people are planning on working during the program, so it's definitely a personal choice. For me, I have class 8 to 5 and I have to drive 30 minutes away, so I'm waking up at 6 o'clock. I'm not getting home till 6 o'clock. I mean, there's not really time in between to work unless I was going to never study, which we know we can't do that. So the next question is, did I have an essay question? No, I did not have an essay question, but they did require us to write a personal statement, and I think mine was pretty great, if I do say so myself. If you want me to make a video on how to write your personal statement for dental hygiene, I can definitely do that. Let me know in the comments down below. The next question is, how long did it take for me to receive a call for an interview? Now, my school is pretty on top of things. They get it done, like done, you know what I mean? So literally the application deadline was March 1st and they called me for an interview at 9 a.m. on March 2nd. So they were ready to go. They were not waiting. They called me the very next day and then my interview was the following Monday. The next question is, what is the average cost of a program? That is going to vary drastically, especially because there are community colleges, technical colleges that do dental hygiene. There's also universities that do dental hygiene. Now, a community college tuition and a university tuition is normally completely different. University is usually way more expensive. Just know that. For me personally, my program total is about $25,000. That is including tuition, fees, books, instruments, all that stuff. The next question is, how many classes do you take per semester? Preface all of these answers that I'm giving with the fact that I'm going to a specific program and other programs are going to be completely different. Don't be like, oh, this is what's going to happen with me. Like, no, unless you're going to my specific school, that's probably not what's going to happen. So for my specific program, I'm taking 4 classes in the fall, 4 classes in the spring 2019, 3 classes in the summer 2019, 4 classes in the fall 2019, and 2 classes in spring 2020, and then I graduate. The next question is, what does a typical schedule look like? I've seen people where they only have class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've seen people who have it all 5 days. I've seen people who have it 9 to 3, and I've seen people who have it less than that. And for my program, it's more than all of that. So for my program, it said that we're generally going to be there about 8 to 5, Monday through Thursday, and then on Fridays, 8 to noon. So I am grateful that we don't have to go all day Friday. Also, I'm pretty sure once we start having clinic, that's 7:30 to 5:30. The next question is, how many science classes do you have to take? So for my associate, I had to take 5, but I have also taken all of the prereqs for my bachelor's, so I've taken 7. The next question is, what are the application requirements? For me, I had to do observation hours. Sorry, I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget. I had to do observation hours, fill out the application, take the prerequisites with a C or better, a personal statement, and then I also had to turn in references. And then other schools require you to do a standardized test like the T's of the HESI, like I talked about earlier. And the final question of the super long video is, did you meet a lot of pre-dental hygiene students in your prerequisite classes? And the answer is not that many. I met a few that said that they were kind of interested in going into it, and I did meet one who is a very good friend of mine now, and we actually got into the program together. We met in our chem class last summer. We both got A's. We both took the AP 1 and 2 together last fall. We have become pretty good friends out of it. And we both got into the program and we're both super excited, but I didn't meet a lot of people that were going for dental hygiene whenever I was in my classes, but I also wasn't that social. I was just trying to get in and get out, you know what I mean? So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you never miss a video with me. I'm going to be doing so many more of these. I love making these videos. I love your emails. I love your comments. Keep them coming, girl or boy. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you on the next one, and I hope you guys have a lovely, lovely day. Bye, guys.